Hello guys. I made another recording of this, but I found out that the game's audio was too loud and then you couldn't hear me, so now I'm redoing this whole video again. Sad, but it's fine because it's a whatever, honestly. And plus also I kinda wanted to retake because I yapped too much. But basically, well yeah, I just have the whole volume turned off so I can't hear anything in the game. Like on the Roblox settings, but I'm talking, well, if you didn't see the title, I am talking about how Grow a Garden is a really overrated game. And a lot of people will probably agree, but a lot of the people that will agree, the thing is about them, they probably will still play Grow a Garden. Which is the first thing, how the gameplay is repetitive, but how it still keeps its players. So the only reason why it can keep its players is because it's an addicting game. That's really just all you can say about that. There's no other reasons. It's just an addicting game that's really simplistic, which makes everyone always play it and makes people extremely addicted to it. And overall, the gameplay is repetitive because if you already know the gameplay, well, if you've been living under a rock, you should unless you've been living under a rock, you should know the gameplay by now. It's just, you buy seeds, you plant them, and then you sell the fruit, and then you just repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. Constantly, and constantly, and constantly. But if that was the only thing about the entire game, you know the game would have died out by now. There's a different thing about it that also keeps it popular that is still really stupid. So, one of the other reasons is that the events. So, the events are the only other thing that makes the game popular, except from the normal gameplay itself, and that it's pretty addicting. Because, as I said, without the events, you know the game would be dead by now. But because they added events, it's not. So, yeah. And I really can't explain, and I think you should understand that well, most people might not even see this, but after a while, you can really see the patterns in the updates. The patterns about it is that they're recycled ideas. For example, the wishing well and the fairy update right now. So, seems fine, right? You put in a fruit that it's asking for with the hourly mutation, the bloom, or what, I forgot what it's called, but because I don't play the game anymore. Because I honestly got out of the addiction cycle, but you know, you put in that fruit, and I don't really know what it gives you, because, yet again, I don't play the game anymore. So, but basically, so the Zen update, which I did play, it had this corrupt guy, and Zen was also an hourly mutation. The corrupt guy asked you for a specific Zen fruit, and they gave you rewards for it. The same thing as the wishing well. You see the patterns here? Most of the events are recycled. That's a big problem about it. That really makes me find the game extremely overrated over these other games. And also, clearly they don't take very long to make. It's very easy to see that by that they only take a week to make these. A week. A week to make all of these updates, right? But then, if you think of games like Forsaken and everything, like other games, they take longer to make updates. It's because they're more higher effort updates that are funner and cooler. And those updates, they're funner to play, but they take longer to make, which makes total sense. Because true good updates, they can't be rushed. If you want a good update, you can't rush it. You have to take your time with it. So those types of games, they just don't get the attention that they deserve because of how popular Grow a Garden has grown on the site at this point. It's broken several records over any game, even though there's other games that deserve it. That didn't even get close to anything. I mean, Steal a Brain Rot and Grow a Garden, most of the players can also agree that they don't deserve it, but yet they still play it because it's addicting. That's the only thing stopping them from hating the game and not playing it, that it's addicting. And another thing about it is the pets. The pets, they seem to be running out of ideas for pets at this point. Before, the pets were a cool idea when they first came out, and they were coming up with a ton of original pet ideas that all do different stuff. Some give mutations, some give other things. You know, good ideas. But then that all turned around when eventually they started to run out of ideas, it seems. And instead of trying to come up with more, they just decided to make the kitsune. Now, people love the raccoon. It has high demand. People were trying to get it. Well, people like the raccoon. They're always trying to get it. So they added the kitsune. The thing about the kitsune, it's barely original. It's literally the raccoon, but except it just gives the fruits a mutation before it collects it and gives it to you. So it's the only difference. It's a very big copy of it. But they made it more rare. And because it's more rare, people try to get it. And which makes the game addicting, which then makes people constantly try to get it. But because it's so rare, they have to try time and time again and again just to not get it. Which keeps them going. Which eventually just leaves them in a cycle of it. Which eventually just leaves them in a cycle of grinding and grinding and grinding just to get this single pet. That's really it. They're making even much more rare fruits to also just make them, make people grind for them way more. The whole reason of the game being popular isn't because of the gameplay. It's because of how addicting it is and how they make rare stuff that's hard to get, so that people continuously try to keep getting it. That's all I really have to say about it. That's really my whole point here. That Grow a Garden, the only reason that it's very overrated over other games, its updates are recycled and don't take much effort to make. And overall, they're just trying to make rarer stuff so that people will try to get the rarer stuff and start to grind and grind and grind constantly. That's it. So bye. See you next time.